To another video, and this time this is going to be a Django video. So let's get into it. Alright, also I want to go into full screen mode, so let's do that. Alright, switch. That is beautiful. Okay, Google, do your magic. Show us Django. So we're going to go to the official Django documentation for this purpose. Django documentation, open up. Alright, there we go. Okay, Django, the web framework for perfectionists with deadlines. And we have different links here: overview, download, documentation, news, community, code, issues about, donate. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go with a dark one. Haven't tried that before. Oh, I love this heart. This is beautiful. Support Django. Okay, cool. So Django documentation. Everything you need to know about Django. First steps. Are you new to Django or to programming? Yeah. New to Django. This is a place to start. Okay, from scratch. Overview and installation. Let's go into overview. Until November 11, 2025, get PyCharm for 30% off. All money goes to the Django Software Foundation. Alright. Django at a glance. Because Django was developed in a fast-paced newsroom environment, it was designed to make common web development tasks fast and easy. Here is an informal overview of how to write a database-driven web app with Django. The goal of this document is to give you enough technical specifics to understand how Django works, but this is not intended to be a tutorial or reference. But we've got both. That is cool. When you're ready to start a project, you can start with the tutorial or dive right into more detailed documentation. Design your model. Although you can use Django without a database, it comes with an object relational mapper, in which you describe your database layout in Python code. The data model syntax offers many rich ways of representing your models. So far, it has been solving many years' worth of database schema problems. Here is a quick example. news/models.py. From Django.db, import models. Class reporter models.model, full name is models. So, you know what? We're gonna have to go to the installation first. How to install Django. Let's go to the installation first, because I really have no idea what all this is. It's Django day 1. Quick install guide. Before you can use Django, you will need to get it installed. We have a complete installation guide that covers all. Hold on. The possibilities. This guide will guide you to a minimal installation that will work while we'll walk through the introduction. Install Python. Being a Python web framework, that Django requires Python. See what Python version can I use with Django for details. Okay, these are the Python versions we can use with Django. So I don't see 3.15 over here, the version of Python that is still under development. So we're gonna have to, I already have 3.14 already installed, so we're gonna go with 5.2, right? Okay, so complete installation guide. Let's do that. Install. Okay, this document will get you up and running with Django. Django is a Python web framework. Yeah. What Python version I already saw that. Get their later version of Python. Alright, we have that. Python on Windows. If you are just starting with Django and using Python and using Windows, you may find how to install Django on Windows useful. Alright, let's do that. This document will guide you through installing Python 3.14 and Django Windows. It also provides instructions for setting up a virtual environment, which makes it easier to work on Python projects. This is meant as a beginner's guide for users working on Django projects and does not reflect how Django should be installed when developing changes for Django itself. The steps in this guide have been tested with Windows 10 In other versions, the steps will be similar. You'll need to be familiar with using the Windows command prompt. Install Python. Django is a Python web framework, thus requiring Python to be installed. We already have that. At the time of writing, Python 3.1.4 is the latest version. Yeah, this is, at the time of writing, Python 3.1.4 is the latest version. Yes, it is. Although there is Python 3.15, which is under development. But yeah, I don't think that's been officially released or not. I don't know yet. I'm just using the under development version, testing it out myself. And it's pretty cool. The updates are good. You already know that if you've watched the previous videos. Updates in Python 3.15, pretty cool stuff. And the best thing about it was I covered it. Hold on, what was the previous video about? Yeah, it was something about a code. We were doing something about a code, right? It had some code in it, and there was something. Yeah. So the last video was on us doing the Python update, in which someone made a good update in Python 3.15 about the error stuff. Like if you have an error, Python is going to give us better suggestions. And I remember the code. It was something like inner.area or something. So I mean, the code isn't important, but the update is important because Python, the interpreter, that thing, it's gonna give us a better suggestion when we run into an error. That's pretty cool. All right, so that was our last video on Python. Yeah, but this video is on Django, but it's related to Python. It is. Okay, at the time we're in, so I'll go to this. Already done that. Already done this. After installation of the command prompt, check the Python version matches the version installed by executing this. Check out the Python version. We need to open command prompt. Let's do that. Command prompt. There we go. Command prompt. Open up. No problemo. Command prompt. Alright, so we have to execute this piece of code. Py space dash dash version. I do also have 3.14. So let me just change it to 3.14. Here we go. This was our last program. Remember, everybody? We were working on this, the objects and stuff. Pretty cool program. Now, interpreter. Hold on. Which version of Python am I using? Alright, let me see. If we try to execute this program, it should show us the Python version, I think. There are so many cool things in this select Python language. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. This is 3.15. There we go. 3.14. Okay. So this should work now. Yeah, it changed it to 3.14. It is now global. Yeah. So now, if we go back to command prompt. Oh, did I close command prompt? I did. How foolish of me. How can I be so foolish that I turned off command prompt? Alright, here we go. Okay, so py space dash dash version. What, it's still detecting 3.15. Alright. Okay, we're gonna have to do something about that later. So pip is a package manager for Python and is included by default with a Python installer. It helps to install and uninstall Python packages such as Django. For the rest of the installation, we'll use pip to install Python packages from the command line. Alright, setting up a virtual environment. It is best practice to provide a dedicated environment for each Django project to create. There are many options to manage environments and packages within the Python ecosystem. some of which are recommended in the Python documentation. Python itself comes with venv for managing environments, which we will use for this guide. To create a virtual environment for your project, open a new command prompt. Navigate to the folder where you want to create your project and enter the following. Okay, then after all this, we're going to install Django. Okay, so first, navigate to the folder where you want to create your project and then enter the following. Alright. So let's create it in downloads. Hold on. Command prompt, here we go. How do we cd in command prompt? I want to cd to downloads folder and command prompt. Alright, Google's gonna tell us. Hold on. It's not ready. Command prompt usually opens your user profile directory. Okay. CD downloads. Let's see if that works. Alright, worked. Okay. You just have to type CD. Dang, it was so simple. Could not think of something better. That is cool. And now we just have to type in this prompt. This code. Okay, so pi -m venv project name. Okay, project name, so Django project. Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me give it a cooler name. Cool Django. What? Cool Django project. So hopefully that is done. Alright, this is done. This will create a folder called whatever our project name is if it does not already exist. Yeah, it does not exist. And set up the virtual environment. So two things have been done here. To activate the environment, run project name scripts activate.bat. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to open up VS Code for this because that thing is actually stuck. We do not want to be stuck. Right there. So we're gonna move on to VS Code and do some cool stuff. Yo, look at that. It created this folder. So now we already have the folder created. And the virtual environment is already set up. Okay, so now we just gotta activate it. Alright, here we go. So what I'm thinking is that, do we navigate into the folder and create and activate these scripts, or can we do it outside the folder as well? Oh, I'll let it open this terminal. Open up the terminal. Alright, CD downloads. Is it gonna work straightforward? It does actually work. Straightforward. So do I navigate it into the folder? Let's try it outside the folder first. Okay, so let's activate it. So the project name was cool Django project. And then we have the backslash scripts and activate that bad. Okay. Scripts and activate. So I think we're gonna have to navigate into the folder. CD. Okay, let's try to go into cool Django project. Let's ask Google once more to a folder called cool Django project inside. This is in the downloads folder. I forgot to tell it it's VS Code. Navigate to a folder named whatever it is inside your downs folder using the VS Code terminal. Follow these steps. Selecting view and then terminal. Alright, this is the script. It's bash script. CD. Okay. The backslash. This is so slow today. There's a colon, and I did that. And then your username. Okay, so first it is the users, and then the backslash, and then the username. Downloads. I put a double backslash, so let's do downloads. Project name is cool Django project. Okay, so that is how CD works in VS Code. You type CD, and then the drive name, colon, backslash the users, and then the username, and then the whatever folders you're going into. And now we should try the Django script. Here it is. Now we want to activate the scripts. So to do that, we want to type the project name, which is cool Django project backslash. And then it is, I think it is scripts, and then activate.bat. No, I messed it up. I added an extra stuff in it. And activate.bat. Well, this is weird. Do I have to like activate the environment again? Wait, that. What am I doing wrong here? What? It's a small d? Dude, how am I so. It is a small d. Activate.bat. Still didn't work? Hold on. Why does this have a capital D? Oh my gosh. CD downloads. Alright, let me do the correct command for this. Okay, users, and then username. And we want to go into downloads. And we're going to go into cool Django project. And now we should try to activate it. So it was, what was the script? It was cool Django project backslash scripts slash activate.bat. Man, this is messed up. Yeah, we're gonna have to take the help of AI. Hold on, this is too slow today. Oh my gosh. This is too slow. Alright, copy this up. And yeah, we're gonna have to chat GPT. Now let me tell the background story. So, ChatGPT, how are you today? I've run into a problem. I'm trying to install Django based on the official Django documentation, but I'm getting this error and I don't know where I'm going wrong. And the first command worked. The second isn't working for me. The key that PowerShell that I'm doing this in VS Code. What? Hold on. When you're using Visual Studio Code, PowerShell, hold on, when you're using Visual Studio Code, which we're using, yeah, PowerShell is usually the default terminal. What? So we're actually running the wrong command? So this is actually a PowerShell thing? Okay. So when you're using Visual Studio Code, which we're using, PowerShell is usually the default terminal. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that we're using PowerShell, which explains why the .bat activation command from the Django docs is not working. So I think they are assuming it's command prompt. And what are we assuming? I was also assuming that this is command prompt. Bottom panel, run. Use PowerShell properly. Option 1, use PowerShell properly. Okay, so we need to use dot and a backslash. Okay, dot, backslash. Dot, backslash. Okay, now the project name. Cool. Django project. Backslash. Scripts. Activate. Oh, now recognize. Hold on. PS1. Alright, hold on. Okay, we're supposed to use PS1. Cool. Django project. Oh, it's a capital A. Hold on. Okay. So dot backslash. Cool Django project. Scripts. PS1. This is still not working. Get child item. Okay. Let's do that. Get child item. What does this do? You should see folder called this. Yeah, we do see a folder and we see a lot more stuff in it. Child item, okay. Get child, hold on, dash. Wait. See, that's backslash scripts, backslash, okay. Get child item dot backslash scripts backslash. Yeah, here it is. Oh my gosh, not this again. Just a little bit of a up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first we gotta delete this. So it looks like your scripts folder is missing the activate.ps1 or any bat files. Let me just go and check it out myself. Scripts folder, here it is. Yes, it does not have any activate.ps1 file or any bat files. It does not have this activate or any bat file, which should be there. I only have the Python file and Python W file, whatever that is. So I need to delete the current Django project. Alright, let's do that. Not a problem. Delete. What? There are 967 items in that? Wow. Cool. Okay, so now we're let's recreate that environment. Now let's create the virtual environment for our project again. So pi. But first we want to go back to the downloads folder. CD users. No. It was capital C and a colon and a backslash. And then it was users backslash. Then my username backslash. The folder name. Alright, there we go. And now we're going to type in code pi space dash m space venv spaces. I think venv is the virtual environment. And then a project name. Cool. So don't want such a long name. I'm just gonna write Django. Now, let's write a cool project. So let's wait for it to do its stuff. And let's check it out. What is it doing? Okay. Let's go into the script. It still does not have the file. Maybe like I should wait for it to do its stuff. Okay. Let's wait and see what happens. Alright, it is done. Okay, I actually understand where everything went wrong. So, last time while it was creating, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, this is activate.bat, I think. So now it has all the files. And the last time I actually tried to be quick, and I think I interrupted the process last time. So, I think this time it's going to work. So, I have to avoid interrupting the process. This time, I think it's going to work. Alright. Project name, scripts, activate.bat. So I think it should work with a normal script. Project name, scripts, and then activate.bat. No, it's not bat, it's bat. Cool project. Scripts, activate.bat. Oh, yo, it worked. The normal script actually worked. No. It was a small a. How is that supposed to work? This is out of my domain of understanding how that actually worked. But it didn't do anything. Hold on, activate. The virtual environment will be activated and you'll see project name, our project name next to the command prompt to designate that. So I did all that and it worked. Now I use this. How do I know it has been created? Have a look. Command prompt, you should see the prompt change to indicate. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see any of that. Oh yeah, script. Okay, script. It's a different script. Remember, VS Code has a default PowerShell terminal, so I need to work on accordingly. Project name is Code Project. It's not project. Project. Scripts activate.ps1. Reps. Capital A. Activate.ps1. Yeah, ChatGPT is gonna solve it for us. There we go. Come on, do your magic. What? Blocking the script from running? What do you mean? Oh, so it was actually correct. Okay. Oh yes, good job, people. We did a great thing. So the script is actually working, as you can see. We I didn't read the script. Okay, my bad. It cannot be loaded because running script is disabled on this system. That is not a problem. No problem. But the script actually works. The previous script was not working because we were not getting an output. So we did not know if it was working or not. But this is the correct script. We're running it in PowerShell. So now we just have to fix this. Okay. So set execution policy. Execution policy. Okay, dash scope. Current user. Execution policy again. Remote signed. We have to set it to remote signed. Alright, so this command allows scripts that are downloaded from the internet, like the one for activating virtual environment, to run if they are signed or if they were created on your local machine. Prompt to type Y to confirm. Okay, so now let us try the script activation thing again. Cool project, scripts, activate.ps1. Alright, yes, it works. I can see the virtual environment created because my project name is over here and then we have PS. I don't know what that means. Alright, it worked. Good job. Good job. We're making progress. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, we are making progress. And now we need to install Django. Also, there is a small, tiny information for us. Yeah, we see that. Will be activated. You'll see the project name next to the command prompt to designate that. Yeah, project name next to the command prompt. Okay. Each time you start a new command prompt, you'll need to activate the environment again. Okay, so if I close this, I'm gonna have to activate the environment again. Like if I close this, everything, then I'll need to activate the environment again. Or if I create a new terminal, I think, yeah. Now let's move on to installing Django. It can be installed easily using pip with your virtual environment. Ensure your virtual environment is active and execute the following command. Alright. Okay, let's do that. Pi-m pip install Django. Come on, do your magic. Downloading. Wow, this is beautiful stuff. This is beautiful. This is incredible. Absolutely amazing. This is beautiful. Installing collected packages. TZ data, SQL parse, ASGIREF. Wow, what is this? Never heard of these things before. Django. So that makes 4 collected packages, right? Those are 4 packages. That it is installing 4 packages. Alright, it worked. A new release of pip is available. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, what about a series about pip? A whole series on just pip, on the different versions of pip. Or maybe the history of pip. Yeah. This will download and install the latest Django release. After the installation is completed, you can verify your Django installation by using Django-admin space, I don't know if there's a space or not, --version and the command prompt. Alright, we're going to execute that here. I don't know if the script is going to be the same, but version. Yeah, it worked. It's 5.2.8. Django admin version 5.2.8. So you can see, get your database running for information on database installation with Django. Colored terminal output. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap things up. So everything worked. Environment is active, and I installed Django. So tell me how to turn everything off so that I can work on it another day. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much, ChatGPT. When you're done working, we're going to deactivate by running deactivate. Okay. Wow, this is actually so cool. Deactivate. Alright, it worked. This will turn off the virtual environment and return you to the global Python environment. That is your system Python installation. So my system Python installation is actually my global Python environment. Okay, so we're back to our global Python environment. That is so cool. After deactivation, your terminal prompt will look something like this. It does. Yeah, I do see PS. What is PS? We'll do that for some other day. Without the cool project prefix, which means you're back to your system's Python. Once you've deactivated your environment, you can close VS Code or just a terminal window. Next time, okay, let's do that. Let's close this. Next time you open VS Code, and want to work on a project, you will need to activate the virtual environment again as follows. Yeah, open the project, CD to the project, open terminal, activate the environment again with this. Yeah, so so actually also want to learn what each word means, what it does, what's happening under the hood, so that we just don't go doing code without knowing what it does. So we also want to know what the code does. So yeah, for some other day. For some other day, I guess. Look at these beautiful files that have been created. Let's go through the files. So we have the SQL format file. And hold on. Let me. It says first we have the cool project. Okay, so this is the folder in my. It's sitting in my downloads. Hold on. So this is the desktop and this is the download. So you can see it's in the downloads. If I go into the cool project, the first folder is include, which is empty right now. And then we have the lib folder, which has side packages folder, which has so many other folders. Wow. Yeah, some other day. Alright, so this I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching today's video on Django. Today is day 1 on Django. Hopefully, I'll continue the series and we'll learn about Django, and most probably we're gonna learn it very good. We're gonna go deep into it. What is Django and all that cool stuff. And so, have a good day. Have a beautiful day. Keep smiling, keep shining. Bye-bye.